something called Firebase. So which is basically cloud platform, correct? So we are discussing on cloud platform, and this is basically Google product, uh, and there are a lot of things we can do using this particular Firebase, and you can have the authentication layer, and you can have the real-time database. You can have regular JSON database, correct? So and you can have the hosting, and you can have the machine learning component, and also you can have functions. So that means web services you can create in Firebase. So all these things are possible using the Firebase. And yesterday I just demonstrated some case studies, what all you can do using the Firebase. And also I demonstrated one of our ECL website, okay, which is basically developed using Firebase. Okay, so today what we'll try to do, we'll try to do learn how we can do hosting in Firebase. And the second one, we will learn something, database access. So basically, you have a Firestore. So the database in Firebase is called Firestore. So how to access Firestore using Python? Okay, so this one we'll try to understand, and let's see how it works. Okay, so let me take up the first one. So that is basically the hosting. Okay, so how to do hosting in the Firebase? Hosting means the deployment of your web application. So till now we have deployed the application in the GitHub. So we are familiar with GitHub deployment. So you just have to commit your code in GitHub. So you just have to store the static pages, and you can enable the pages. Okay, and also you have something called code spaces in GitHub. That is also similar to Firebase. Okay, and we are also similar familiar with this something called Heroku Cloud. Okay, how to deploy application in Heroku. Okay, so these things we have learned, correct? So now similar to that, so we'll try to and if time is if you are interested, try to find this platform Netlify. So normally everybody will try to deploy their application in here also, Netlify. So but today's sudden agenda is how to deploy our application in Firebase. Okay, so that is Firebase hosting, what we are going to learn today. So as I already told, when you are working on Heroku, so some client tool is required, okay, to work on the any cloud application. So similarly, so there is one client tool available, in Firebase. So you can go to this particular location. I just pasted this particular location in the chat window. You can copy and paste, and in this particular place, so you have both, so if you are interested in the standalone application, you can directly click on the Windows or so whatever, if Mac or Linux version. Okay, if you click in this particular link, you will get a binary. Okay, you can double click on this installation package, and you can install in your system. Okay, so if you have npm installed, okay, so Node.js already we have installed, right? So if you run this particular command in cmd, okay, so that tool, that particular Firebase client will come to your machine. Okay, so these are the two ways to install the Firebase client tool. Okay, so this is the first thing what you have to do. So first thing is what? Client in Firebase client installation. Okay, so Firebase client installation. So this is what we have to do, first step. Okay, so now that means this tool is used to communicate with Firebase, you see. So that is what you basically do in this particular client tool. The second one, okay, so then we'll open the command prompt. Okay, so I just open command prompt, and let me deploy one application in the Firebase. Okay, So I'm just I'll just try to take one application, say maybe yeah, okay, Firebase. So I'll just try to create one application. Say this is the folder. Say I'll just give this as uh, say power system. Okay. So one application, I mean one application I'll deploy in the cloud. Now let me open this one, and just I'm just calling that particular directory. I'm just getting into that particular directory. So we just have to move to that particular directory. Then what we have to do, okay, at this particular point, so okay, so after going to that particular path, so you just have to run this particular command called Firebase login. Okay, so Firebase login. So this command will basically connect to your client tool will connect to the Firebase cloud. Okay, now you see here, I'm just connecting from my system, from my local system to the cloud. Okay, so this is what basically I'm doing. So it is trying to connect. Okay, so Firebase login. Now you see, you will be asked to authenticate using the browser. Now currently I logged into this particular magnovite.christ@gmail.com account. Okay, so it's already logged in. If you want to log out, you just have to type this particular command. Okay, Firebase logout. So I'll just try, I mean, log out and I'll log in again. So you see here, I logged out successfully. Then again, run this particular command, Firebase login. Then let's see how it works. So now it is asking whether you want to, report anything. No. So which account you want to use? I want to use Magnovite Christ account. Okay, allow access. And then, login successful, close this window. Okay, close this window. And when you come here, it shows login is successful. So that means you are logged into this Firebase account in your machine. Okay, so next, so what we have to do, so what is our task is basically we want to install some application, right? So next what you have to do, you just have to go to Firebase console. Okay, so Firebase console. So if you go to Firebase website, so on the right top, you will get one tab called console. Okay, so for console, so select the appropriate account and then click on go to console. Okay, so go to console. This will basically take you to the dashboard. Okay, so Firebase dashboard, and these are the applications what we have created. Let me open this particular power system application. So this is the basically the application. So this application we have created. So now here if you see, there is no hosting. Okay, so there is no hosting, nothing is is deployed. So let me start hosting one application. Say you see the same procedure they will give you. So you have to install Firebase tools, either using npm tool or using the installable package. So you can use any one method. So after installation, okay, so you just have to this command you have to run in command prompt. So this particular thing you just have to copy. Okay, you just have to copy and paste it in the command prompt, and that particular Firebase tool will install in your machine. Okay, so after this, click on next, and the Firebase login. Anyway, we have done Firebase login, so we logged into one of the Gmail account, and then what you have to do. So you just have to run this particular command, Firebase init. Firebase init is basically initialization of the the hosting required file system in your machine. Okay, so now what it is asking whether you want to proceed. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I just type y and I'm just pressed enter. Okay, now what is asking here, if you see the command prompt, it is asking what are the things you want in your local. You want real-time database. Okay, so a lot of things are there. Now I'll just show you. So these are the variety of things what you have in Firebase. Okay, if you want Firestore, you just have to press star. Okay, otherwise deselect that using the space. Okay, so if you want function, press space button and select that one. If you don't want, again press the same space button and deselect. So here, what we are trying to do, we are trying to do only hosting. So now I just selected hosting. There are two options are there. Hosting optionally connecting to GitHub. Okay, so that is best option actually. So if you connect to GitHub, then what happens? Simultaneously, whatever commits you do in GitHub will be taken up by this Firebase application automatically. Okay, so that build script will be, created in the backend itself. You no need to worry about that. Otherwise, every time you have to deploy. Okay, so now what I'll show you, I'll just show you how to, just host the application. Okay, so now just see, I'm just selected hosting. And if you want storage space, you can take that one. If you want some emulation, okay, some kind of virtual setup you want to create in your machine, then you can select, emulator. So currently I'm just taking only hosting. Okay, so I just taken hosting and I pressed enter. Then whether it is asking which application, whether you want to create new application or whether you want to use existing application. I'm just selecting existing application. Now can you see here, there are 4 applications are present. So even this is matching with the online portal. So 4 applications are there. I am selecting power system application. I have selected power system application. Here the public directory, default one is public name. Just keep keep pressing enter button, whatever default things are there. Okay, so then later on you learn. So what is the specific need of these things? So so whether you want to connect to GitHub or not. In default, it is Y. Okay, if you just press enter, it won't connect to GitHub. Okay, so now I am just pressing no need to connect GitHub. Okay, so then Firebase file system is ready now. Okay, so now when you come to the directory, okay, if you come to the directory, so you see this is the directory what we have created, and some file structure is created. You can see here some file structure is created. So this is the file structure. Basically, Firebase will take up while deployment. Now, how to see this particular application? So to see this particular application, you can run this particular command called Firebase serve. Okay, so Firebase serve is the command. Okay, so after Firebase login, so you have to run Firebase init. Okay, so then what you have to do? Okay, so Firebase serve. Okay, so this is to run the server. Okay, run server in local. Okay, local machine. Okay, so this is the use of this particular command. So this init command you have to run only once. Okay, so you just have to run only once, because when you are creating a project, only you have to run once. So every time you no need to create. So login every time. I mean, if it is logged out, you have to log in. Otherwise, you can no need to log in again. Okay, so now let us see what Firebase server will do. So if I press enter, now can you see here? Firebase serve is basically running some local server. Okay, it is running some local server, and that is basically is basically deployed in the local host at 5000 port number, correct? Now if I open this particular application in the browser, can you see here? So this is the application what it is deployed here. Okay, deployed in this particular place. Okay, so let me take some other application. Say for example, you know, right? So you have developed your personal website. Okay, so this kind of website you have developed, right? So this content you have. So now what I'll do? So the same content. Okay, I'll just copy. Okay, I'll just copy the same content. I'll come to my application, that is Power System. So currently you'll be having some index.html file and 404. Okay, you can delete. Okay, so you can delete both the things, and you can paste your application. Okay, so your application you can post at this particular point. So now in under public folder, so inside this particular public folder, you have to paste. Ensure that you have a index.html file in this particular folder. So after this, you see all the modifications were taken up. And if I refresh this particular local host, let us see, can you see here? When I refresh this particular local host, new application is coming. Can you observe here? The new application is coming in this particular place. Okay, so that is what one thing. So now I verified this particular application, everything is working properly. Now, then I want to deploy this particular application in the Firebase cloud. Okay, so that is what I have to do. So for that, you just have to run one command called Firebase deploy. So this is the command what you have to run to deploy your application in cloud. Okay, so let me run this one. So I'll just stop Control C to stop this server. Okay, so to now I am running Firebase deploy. Okay, so Firebase deploy. When you run this particular Firebase deploy, see the what are the action taken up by this particular Firebase. You can see it is connecting to uh, that particular application, power system application, and it is uploading all the files, and it is giving you the URL. Can you see the URL here? So this is the URL of that particular application. Okay, so this is the URL of this particular application. Now, instead of local, you can directly type this particular URL. Okay, so now that application will come. Okay, so similarly, you can deploy any kind of dynamic website in Firebase. Okay, similarly, you can deploy any dynamic website in Firebase. Is that clear? Assume that you want to modify something. Okay, so you want to modify something. Say instead of you just modified something, and say I will change the some name. Say I'll just change something like this. Okay, I just change the name, and then I know. So now what it is displaying? Say here it is displaying Venkataswamy in this particular application. Now I just modified that particular application. Again, I'll run Firebase deploy. So when I run this particular Firebase deploy, new file will be deployed to the cloud. Okay, so new modified file will go and it will sit in the, it will just replace the existing file. And when you refresh this particular application, whatever new deployment, that new deployment will come. Okay, so similarly you can do for your application also, whatever the application it may be. Okay, so in this way you can use this particular Firebase to deploy your application. So if you visit the Firebase dashboard, okay, so if you visit this particular Firebase dashboard, now can you see here? So all the hosting details will be displayed here. Okay, so the URLs, all those things, so will be deployed. And when you deployed, all these details will come here, and you can see here. So now even you can connect to, say here in hosting. What you can do, if you have some URL, say for example rampranav.com, something like that. So now what you can do, you can you can continue, and there will be something txt record. So whenever you this txt record, if you add this particular txt record in the domain name provider like GoDaddy, so this record you need to add it in GoDaddy. Then what you can do, directly that rampranav.com, you can connect to this particular application. You understood? So like that, you can completely make it like your own. Okay, so that is also possible. A very simple step. You just have to copy paste, and you need to put it in the txt record. So if you wish, I can show you. Okay, so if you go to GoDaddy, so now you see here in the Firebase, it is giving you the txt record. So if you go to this particular GoDaddy, okay, so GoDaddy or any other domain domain name provider. Okay, I am just signing in. Okay, I'll just show you where you just have to add the, you know, maybe, yeah, maybe this. Manage DNS. Can you see here? So there are many records are there. So what you can do, you can click on add a TXT record. So if you copy paste that particular information here, what happens? This particular domain will directly go to this Firebase application. You got it? You understood the connection between domain name and this URL. You don't want this, power system 77f58.web.app. You don't, if you don't want this, name, okay, random name, then you can connect to your website here. So by adding a TXT record. So when you click on add domain, so it will generate the TXT record. You just have to copy paste the TXT record in the domain name server. So then the end-to-end hosting is done. Okay, so that is the way you have to do it. Otherwise, what you can do, this URL. Okay, so you can keep it in the as a what I can say. Uh, some it is called something embed. You can keep it inside embed tag, so that you can create some website inside that. You can have embed tag, and you can redirect your application to this particular URL. Redirect or forward with mask and all you can do using this particular application. Okay, so is it clear what I am trying to convey? So that means you can use this Firebase for hosting. Very simple. So any questions on this? Any questions on this hosting part? Okay, so Roshni is asking what is the difference between the application in Firebase and GoDaddy? Okay, see, GoDaddy is basically domain name provider. Okay, so they don't keep any application. Okay, this, say for example, this entire thing. So if you see this, this folder. Okay, so this power system is basically my web application. Okay, it can be any application. So I have a lot of content is also there. So this application, I want to put it in the in some server. So Firebase is like a complete operating system with some server. Okay, whereas GoDaddy is just a domain name manager. Okay, so if somebody types say christuniversity.in, what it should do. So that is basically GoDaddy will take care. Okay, so apart from that, and normally nowadays what they will do. So I mean they are providing the hosting. I mean some kind of hosting also. Okay, some ready-made, some kind of, I told you, na, drag and drop kind of application also. They are providing as a service. So, but actually speaking, you should not use GoDaddy for the application hosting. It is just domain name manager. Okay, so the say .com, .in, whatever you purchase. So when you type that in browser, where it has to go. So that will be taken care by GoDaddy. Got it? Roshni, your doubt is clear. Whereas the Firebase, complete code, everything will go and it will sit. So all the all the works you can do it in the Firebase. Yeah. So any other question? Any other question? Yeah. So quickly, 2 second. Say when you type, this one. Okay. So Firebase init. Okay, so Firebase init. So already application is there. Okay, let it anyway. So there is you select this hosting with GitHub action. So when I selected that, okay, so it I just you know I just selected no for the GitHub installation. Now here you type yes. After giving yes, it will direct you to GitHub page and authenticate this Firebase. Okay, and what happens? One folder will come like this. Okay, so one folder will come. Say for example, maybe here, yeah. So one folder will come like this .github workflow, directory. So now just create this file structure and keep your application in this particular folder, and you just run Firebase deploy. Okay, so you just run Firebase deploy. After that, what you can see, you will see that particular application. Say for example, if you visit a GitHub page, okay, so if you go to this particular GitHub page, and that application will automatically it will come, so it will come here. Say for example, here you see now to upload your application here. So one application will go and it will sit in the Firebase. So to deploy here, what you have to do, so you can use GitHub desktop. Okay, so GitHub desktop, and uh, you log into this your portal. Okay, so you log into your portal. So whatever applications you have, a repository. Okay, so in that particular repository, you just upload all this content. Okay, so all this content you just have to upload to one of the repository in your GitHub. Okay, so that is what you have to do. So in one of the repository, you just have to upload. So when you are do Firebase init, it will ask this particular tag, project name and repository name. Okay, so otherwise username and repository name, this one you have to provide. So when you are initializing your Firebase project. Okay, so once after giving that, what happens, this content, whatever changes you make here, so those changes will be considered. Okay, immediately it will be considered by your Firebase. So it is for the continuous deployment. Say for example, 10 people may be working on some website. So whenever some deployment happens, whenever somebody modifying the content, that will immediately reflect in the website. So that is also possible. So collaboratively one can work on the, so this is how normally in software companies they will do. So they will give some access to some version control tool. They'll keep on deploying their application. So 10 people will be working on the same project, different parts, and they will keep on updating their part. Everything works at one point. Okay. So this workflow you just have to understand. So will you try this GitHub connection? So can you try? So I just demonstrated the what is that without GitHub. Okay, or you want me to demonstrate now? Will you try, or shall I demonstrate for you? So am I audible for all of you? Yeah, okay. So do you want me to demonstrate this GitHub connection, or will you try? That's the question what I'm asking. It may take 5 minutes. So what you say? All of you give your input. Okay, okay. So this may be repetition also. Okay. So I'll demonstrate now. I'll demonstrate now. So maybe from the beginning. Okay. So from the beginning, say I have a power system application. Okay. I delete all the things. Okay. I just deleted all the content. Okay. So now the folder is empty. So now I just went to that particular folder and I want to do the deployment. So first thing what you have to do, so you just have to install the Firebase tool. You install the Firebase tool. Okay, so then what you're doing, you just have to log into this particular Firebase tool by giving Firebase login. So it will log into one of your account, and then you have to run this Firebase init command, Firebase init. Okay, so Firebase init basically initializes all. So you want to proceed, yes, and which component you are using in Firebase. I'm using hosting with GitHub deployment. I just have to press space and then enter. And whether you want to create a project or you want to use the existing project, use existing project. Okay, and it will list all the existing project. Which project you want to select? Just use arrow key and select the project you want to use, and this folder name public only use select, and just enter here. Okay, so automatic build and deploy with GitHub, yes or no? That question it is asking. Now what I'll do here, I will say yes. Okay, so here carefully you just have to give Y, okay, small letter Y, then you just have to press. Now it will go to GitHub and it will connect. So if you already logged in, it will directly connect. Okay, and it will come back to the this particular console. You understood? So you just came back to this particular console, and it is asking for the repository. So in GitHub, which repository you want to deploy? Say for example, in this particular Magnovite account, I have three repositories. Okay, if you see here, three repositories you have. Okay, so you have three repositories. So three repositories you have. You can create new. Okay, you can create new repository. So new repository name I am just giving as say power system. Okay, I just gave the name as power system, and you just make it public and just click on create repository. Okay, now you can see this repository is empty. Okay, so what is the tag? Magnovite power system. So this is the tag name. So now carefully, it is asking in console, it is asking you the user slash repository, like this. So now I'm just I pasted that particular thing in the console. Now can you see here? Magnovite is the username and power system is the repository name. I just pressed enter. Okay, can you see here? It is creating all the service account, and it is connecting to that particular repository, and it is just so you want to you want to set up the run build script before every deploy. So no, so it should be automatic. So automatic deployment, live channel when PR is merged. So yes, so whenever you make a changes, automatic deployment should happen. So I'm just selected whatever default is there. I'm just pressing enter. That's all. Okay. So additionally, 2-3 entries it will take. So carefully you just have to select that one. That's all. And in the backend, what happens if you see here, some file directories and files are created. Okay. So directories and files are created here. That's all. So it is basically uploading. Not uploading to the GitHub. It's just creating a project with by connecting to GitHub and Firebase. Both is happening. So it will create a build script. Okay. So now it is created. So where exactly you want to add your site? So in main branch or any specific branch. So here normally code will be deployed in the main branch itself. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just give one main branch only. So main, enter, and done. Okay, so project is created. So project is created. Addition to that, GitHub page will come. Now same application I'll keep. Say for example, so here I have this my application content. I'll just go to this one and I'll paste my application. So whatever default things are there, I'll delete and I'll paste my application. So this is ready now. Okay. So now what you have to do, I just have to come to this particular, GitHub desktop, and I just have to clone. Okay, clone the site. So power system repository is there, na? So I'll just clone. Clone means take a copy of the GitHub page to my local. Okay, it's taken. Then what I have to do? I just have to, so I just have to come to, this particular folder, and so I just have to visit this particular explorer, and whatever I want to keep in that folder, I just have to copy paste this power system content. I want to keep it in GitHub page. I just pasted that all the content. Now if you come to this GitHub page, it is asking some changes happened, you want to commit. Yes, say I'm just giving us personal website or something like that. So some tag comment, and I'll just click on commit. So what is happening here? So I'm just uploading these content to GitHub page. Okay, so I'm uploading these content to GitHub page. So it is uploaded. Now what I have to do? I just have to click on publish branch. So now you can see here all the content are pushing to the this particular. Now you see here it is empty, right? No codes are available. Okay, once it is done, so if you refresh this particular page, okay, now can you see here all the pages came to this particular place. Okay, all the content came to this particular place. So now what you can do? So here you can simply run Firebase deploy. Okay, Firebase deploy, because you need to upload that GitHub connections also, right? So now you are uploading. Okay, you are uploading to that particular power system app. So now you can see same URL you will get. Okay, now I'll show you. So now this particular URL you will get it now. So say this is say now you can see here this particular application is showing. Yeah, so it is showing something like say Rampana. Okay, so it's showing this particular yeah, sorry, it is now, it is no, it is refreshed. It is this one, Venkataswamy. Okay, so now this particular application is deployed. Now everything is done. Okay, one copy is there in GitHub. Okay, and one copy is uploaded to Firebase. Okay, now the GitHub and Firebase both are connected. Correct? GitHub and Firebase both are connected. Now what I'll do, I'll go to GitHub directory. So this is basically a GitHub directory. In GitHub directory, I'll just modify something. Okay, say maybe HTML page, main HTML page. I'll just make some changes. Okay, say here maybe okay, something like that. Okay, so I just made some changes. Okay, so now after these changes, I'll just come to this GitHub, and GitHub is saying some changes happened. Okay, so yes, okay, I just want to change. Okay, so any comment you can give. Okay, so and after that commit it. Commit means it's uploading. Okay, acknowledge that particular change and push that changes. Now, when you refresh this particular, GitHub page, so if you come to this particular directory, okay, so if you open this index.html file, so now if you visit, now can you see the modification? Modified content came here. Modified content is reflected in GitHub. Now the thing is, I have not touched the what is that the Firebase application, right? I have not done any Firebase deployment now. So now that changes should reflect automatically now. Okay, so that particular change should reflect in the application. Now let me go to this application and refresh this particular application. Okay, so it will take some time, because your local repository should refresh. So now can you see here the new application is basically reflecting in your screen. So this is how you can connect your GitHub with Firebase. So this is how you can connect your GitHub with Firebase. Now I told you both the things: connecting, hosting only using Firebase. Okay, the second part I discussed hosting with GitHub. So now this GitHub repository will be shared to all the developers. Developer will do all the work. So manager will see this particular application. So that is how it works. Okay. So Is this clear? Or any clarification required? So definitely, it looks, for electrical people, what we are doing, that's question definitely come. But when you go to some software company or development company or any programming related company, so yeah, these kind of, things will be happening. So when you go to that particular environment, you feel comfortable. Okay, I have seen somewhere this kind of things. Okay, you will get some confidence to work. That's all. I'm not uh, you know uh, uh, telling you to understand each and everything, all those things. So some kind of, you know exposure to the content. That's it. Okay, any questions on this Firebase hosting? Firebase hosting, any questions? Please ask.